Secure Attachment Explained, the key to safe, lasting love. Secure attachment explained from the inside. I grew up in a house where the kitchen table was sacred. Not because it was fancy. It was a wobbly IKEA table with one leg shorter than the others and crayon streaks that never came off. But because every night we gathered there, my parents would sit with me, ask about my day, and actually listen. Like, really listen. No phones, no distractions, just warm food and eye contact. When I cried, my mom didn't dismiss it or try to fix it too fast. She'd kneel down and say, "Tell me what happened, sweetheart." When I slammed my bedroom door at 13 because nobody understands me, my dad would wait a bit, then knock softly and say, "I'm here when you're ready." My parents weren't perfect. They argued, they got overwhelmed, but they always came back. They apologized when they messed up. I remember my mom once telling me, "I shouldn't have snapped at you. That wasn't fair." She didn't act like being the adult made her immune to mistakes. That stuck with me. What I didn't realize at the time was that all of those little moments were wiring me for something pretty powerful: emotional security. I learned that love isn't conditional, that I'm allowed to feel what I feel, that people can disagree and still stay. In college, I dated a few people. Some connections fizzled out, some ended in tears. But even in heartbreak, I never lost myself. I'd cry, sure, call a friend, write a little too much in my journal. But I didn't spiral. I didn't text at 1 a.m. or try to decode someone's silence like it was Morse code. I gave myself space to grieve, and then I moved on. And then I met Michael. He had this quiet steadiness about him. He'd been through his own stuff. Childhood wasn't exactly easy for him, but he was open about it in a way that felt brave. One time, early on, I told him I was feeling overwhelmed after a long day and needed a little space before we talked about something heavy. He blinked, then said, "Take what you need. I'll be here." That moment felt like magic. No defensiveness, no guilt trip, just space and respect. Being with Michael didn't feel like a roller coaster. It felt like home, like how I'd felt at that kitchen table all those years ago. Safe, seen, wanted. We still have disagreements. We still get it wrong sometimes. But the difference is, we don't run. We talk, we apologize, we repair. I don't need him to complete me. I want him to join me. And to me, that's what love is supposed to feel like. Michael's story. Faith, healing, and learning to trust love. Michael told me once that he didn't grow up with the kind of security I did. His parents loved him, he knows that, but they didn't always know how to show it. His dad was quiet and distant, always working. His mom was overwhelmed, carrying more than one person should. There were a lot of unspoken rules in their home. Don't make a scene, don't talk back, don't cry too much. So Michael learned early how to be small, how to keep the peace, how to push his needs down, not to be a burden. When we got close, he admitted something that broke my heart a little. He said, "I used to think love was about being useful. Like if I wasn't doing something for someone, I'd disappear." But then, around middle school, something shifted. Michael started going to youth group with a friend from school. He didn't expect much, maybe a game of dodgeball and a free slice of pizza. But what he found was different. There was a pastor there who actually remembered his name, who asked how his week was going and waited for the answer. And there were adults who didn't just preach about God's love, they embodied it. One night, they were talking about the idea of God as a father, not angry, not absent, but patient, present, loving. Michael said it was the first time he'd ever felt the possibility that he didn't have to earn affection, that he could be known and still wanted. That was the seed of change. It didn't rewrite his childhood overnight, but it gave him something to anchor to. The idea that maybe he was worth loving just because. He started reading more, praying more, letting himself be real with people he trusted. Slowly, he began to take off the armor. And over time, he stopped seeing vulnerability as weakness. He started seeing it as connection. By the time we met, he'd already done a lot of healing work. But even then, he told me, "Being with you helped me understand what secure love looks like on a daily basis. The kind where you don't have to perform or guess if you're safe." Now, when we talk about our relationship, he says it feels like both a gift and a responsibility. A gift, because he never thought he'd feel this grounded with someone. A responsibility, because he wants to give that same steady presence to others, especially if we ever have kids. And for Michael, his faith is still the foundation. He says, "The way you love me reminds me of how God loves us, not because we have it all together, but because we belong." What secure attachment means for both of us. For me, secure attachment was something I was lucky to grow up with. For Michael, it was something he chose to build. But for both of us, it's not about perfection, it's about safety. It's about being able to say, "I feel hurt," without fearing it'll cost us everything. It's about knowing we can disagree and still be on the same team. It's about love that holds steady even when life doesn't. Secure attachment isn't just a psychological theory. It's a lived experience, a reflection of grace, a mirror of what love can be when fear no longer leads the way. They're trusting, calm, affectionate, and emotionally available. Honestly, it's kind of annoying how stable, securely attached people can seem. If attachment styles were dog breeds, they'd be golden retrievers, loyal, open-hearted, and easy to love. But beneath the surface of that annoying functionality is the gold standard of connection, secure attachment. And understanding it could be the first step to changing the way we love. What is secure attachment? People with a secure attachment style feel comfortable with both closeness and independence. They're not afraid of being vulnerable. They're able to trust, love, and communicate in healthy ways, and they typically believe their needs will be met in relationships. As a result, their romantic connections tend to feel safe, stable, and fulfilling. Congrats if you're secure. If this sounds like you, congrats. You're rare. But don't just bask in your emotional health. Use your powers for good. Be the one who helps your anxious friend regulate their spirals. Remind your avoidant partner that they're safe and wanted. And keep doing the little things that make you, well, secure. That groundedness is a gift to everyone around you. Secure attachment in romantic relationships. A secure attachment style is the ideal foundation for a healthy romantic relationship. Securely attached individuals tend to trust their partners and feel at ease with intimacy. They can express affection and needs openly and handle conflicts without spiraling. Here are the key patterns: trust and openness. Secure partners have low relational anxiety. They're emotionally available, honest, and willing to talk about their needs and feelings. This openness builds a stable emotional connection. Balanced independence. Secure individuals enjoy closeness, but are fine on their own too. They trust that their bond is strong, even when apart, and don't panic over time spent alone. Healthy communication. They express their emotions clearly and ask for support when needed. Likewise, they're often great at offering support, creating mutual trust and safety. Resilience in conflict. They're not perfect, but they approach conflict constructively. They're willing to apologize, forgive, and move forward. They see disagreements as solvable problems, not threats to the relationship. These traits often lead to higher relationship satisfaction. Research suggests over half of adults identify as securely attached, and this group tends to enjoy more stable and long-lasting romantic bonds. Strategies to maintain and strengthen secure attachment. Being secure doesn't mean you're off the hook. Relationships still require care and intention. Here's how securely attached people can keep their connection strong. 1. Keep communication open. Even if it feels natural, don't take good communication for granted. Regular check-ins, vulnerability, and sharing dreams or concerns helps deepen intimacy. 2. Support your partner's growth. One hallmark of secure attachment is the ability to encourage independence. Celebrate your partner's personal goals and give them room to grow, knowing the relationship remains strong. 3. Practice empathy and patience. Secure individuals tend to manage emotions well, so use that strength to stay calm during conflict and understand your partner's point of view. 4. Don't take love for granted. Even if everything feels solid, relationships still need nurturing. Keep doing the things that build trust. Be dependable, affectionate, and responsive. 5. Help insecure partners feel safe. If your partner is anxious, avoidant, or disorganized, your stability can be a source of healing. Calmly offer reassurance, honor boundaries, and model the behaviors that create emotional safety. Wait, do these people even exist? Let's take a reality check. If you've never dated someone securely attached, or aren't sure you've even met one, you're not alone. Yes, studies suggest over 50% of people lean secure, but it doesn't always feel that way. The modern world, with its ghosting culture, trauma loops, and swipe fatigue, can make secure love feel like a mythical creature. Add in childhood wounds, emotional unavailability memes, and a steady diet of anxious TikToks, and it's no wonder many of us struggle to believe that healthy love exists. But it does, and it's not about luck, it's about learning. Secure attachment isn't a magical trait you're born with. It's a learned, practiced way of relating, and the more you model it, the more you attract it. Secure attachment, the foundation of healthy love. Let's summarize what makes secure attachment so powerful. Comfort with both closeness and independence, clear, honest communication, emotional regulation and responsiveness, constructive conflict resolution. When both partners are secure, the relationship becomes a safe haven. But even when only one person is secure, they can play a healing role. EFT-based strategies to reinforce secure attachment. Emotionally focused therapy, EFT, provides useful strategies for secure couples. 1. Strengthen emotional connection. Keep creating bonding moments, daily rituals, shared laughter, physical touch, or simple gratitude. These reinforce emotional safety. 2. Be a safe haven. When your partner is distressed, be present. Offer comfort, reassurance, and validation. Emotional responsiveness builds long-term trust. 3. Repair after conflict. Conflict is normal. What matters is how you reconnect. Securely attached people tend to repair quickly. They apologize, validate emotions, and find solutions together. Final thoughts. Modeling the love you want. Secure attachment isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about showing up consistently, speaking honestly, and loving in a way that brings peace rather than chaos. If you're secure, don't underestimate your impact. Your calm can soothe storms. Your openness can inspire healing. And your love, grounded and kind, might just be the model someone else has been waiting to see. In a world filled with anxious texts and avoidant silences, secure attachment is the quiet force that reminds us love can be safe, and safety can be sexy.